Hey, this is Sam Black. It's my first match with Sun Titan Control in Modern. Obviously I have to mulligan this hand that doesn't have any lands. And I will keep this and hope to find a second land. This will work. It's not going to be terribly fast, as is the nature of border posts, but the Knight of the White Orchids will be good at hitting, and I can pick me back up. Assume my opponent's gonna take a... I guess I don't really know. It depends on what my opponent's hand and deck are. Okay, it looks like I'm playing against Eldrazi, which I'm not terribly well prepared for, and the Graveyard Hate is certainly good against the primary things that I'm doing. Which is certainly something to consider as far as this deck's positioning. Although there's a good chance that once Oath comes out, the Eldrazi decks will transition away from processing, and well, that's interesting. I guess there's no reason to path it now. We'll transition away from processing and then not have the same natural Graveyard Hate. I think I just want a basic plains here. I guess I want to wait as long as possible to path so that Scrabbling Claws can't get a second thing exiled in order to be able to process with another Blightherder. Could also path my own knight here. What would be my plan to... deal with the Blightherder? Blightherder's not that threatening. I have another knight to deal with the Wasteland Strangler. I could also just hold the path and not path either one of them. That's probably best. Well, one issue is, well, there's just no way I'm going to be able to turn on command or stop my opponent from having two things exiled at this point because of the Scrabbling Claws. So the path's not really a thing, command's not really a thing. Yeah, pathing my opponent's stuff is probably important. I should probably just let this happen. I guess I want to get an untapped. I get Prairie Stream. so that I can mana leak if I need to. Yep. So I'm going to mana leak this before the Scions come in. I think I just pass here. So this only hits path, so I should use the path. Which means either pathing the Blightherder or my Knight. I take way too much damage if I path the Knight, so I'll path the Blightherder. Okay. I guess I'm actually going to try to return a creature with this. It's unfortunate that... So if I try to return a creature and draw a card, my opponent uses the Scrabbling Claws and breaks the command, and I don't get the creature or the card. So I guess I shouldn't do that. But he turns on Sun Titan, which I like a lot. But I think it's best to just wait. And if my opponent breaks Mind Stone, then I can command. Clearly my opponent was smart enough not to do that. Alright, so now I'm going to do this. Try to get back the Knight to force my opponent to break the claws, or let me get the Knight. And then if my opponent breaks the claws, which I expect to happen, the Sun Titan can return the Wall of Omens. And now that I have those blockers, this Knight can attack. If it dies, it goes right back where the Sun Titan can get it. Oh, we're up to that. Well, that's going to be a problem. Well, now we get to find out how many copies of Ulamog my opponent's playing. It's now occurring to me as I think about how Stony Silence is going to fight my opponent's Mind Stone and Scrabbling Claw type cards that it's not the best combo with Field Mist Border Post. Don't think Dispel does much in this matchup, if anything. I guess I don't really want any of those in the bottom of my library. I kind of want to get my opponent to act, but they're definitely better in my graveyard. I have to save the Detention Sphere for whatever my opponent's getting. Another Ulamog, which will get rid of Detention Sphere and probably Prairie Stream. And then also have mana to cast another. Oh, that was bad. Why did my opponent have to draw that? Alright, fine. That'll probably do it. I guess there's no reason my opponent would get rid of Detention Sphere. My opponent's just going to go after Field Mist Border Post and Prairie Stream. So I'd need to draw a blue source anyway. And that'll do it. All right, so Spreading Seas and Stony Silence are the most desirable. Meddling Mage isn't out of the question. I don't think I like Supreme Verdict, really. Dispel is definitely bad. I don't think I like the counters. Aether Spellbomb doesn't seem good with Stony Silence, and it's not that important anyway. Mortar Pod doesn't really do anything here. I think I'm going to leave the border posts in, though it could certainly get awkward. Feel like I'm not likely to be able to Ulamog before my opponent, and so it might not be worth the spot, but don't know that I like Mana Leak, or I guess Mana Leak might be better than Ulamog here. I'll try that. I will go first, and I will keep this. We have the wonderful Border Post Stony Silence combo. Which is particularly awkward since all my cards are blue. I think the plan is to try to use Cortazar to get out of this mess. Well, now I can theoretically use Knight of the White Orchid to get out of it eventually. And turning off Scrabbling Claws is fairly important. But there's nothing in the graveyard just yet, so it doesn't really do anything. I think I'm just going to play Mistveil Plains this turn. And then if my opponent plays a land, I can Knight of the White Orchid for... I can't get an untapped land that taps for colored mana, or that taps for blue. Well, I'll figure it out. Alright. Maybe got punished for not just playing my hit card. I guess I could have gotten Hallowed Fountain and paid the life. That's how I would have gotten the blue mana. If I wanted to play Stony Silence this turn, if it hadn't gotten to rest. I guess I'll take Nykthos. Well, this on Sun Titan is pretty bad for me. Oh, Detention Sphere. Differently bad for me. Well, now I can... No, I guess I can't get the Stony Silence into play because my opponent can sack a Scion to use the claws on the Stony Silence, but that's still not a bad outcome. Okay, so now we Spreading the Seas, Ayvugen. Play Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter and Eldrazi Temple. I guess I actually still don't want to attack with the Sun Titan. So I guess that was premature. see if I can find a path. Nope. I think I'm in a spot where Mana Leak might actually work. Obviously not the second when I can't cast it, but soon. That doesn't really help my Mana Leak situation. I'm going this low in mana anyway. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so my opponent can't activate Eye of Ugin right now, so what I'm going to do is play Lone Missionary, and then activate Nykthos for 6. Or well, to get up to 6. Activate it for 5 and use Field Mistborn Post. And then use Sun Titan to get back. I was thinking Ghost Quarter, but Spreading Seas is just better. And Spreading Seas the Eye. Yep. And could attack to return Ghost Quarter or Knight, but don't think it's worth losing the Sun Titan. So now my opponent has Eye and enough mana to activate it. And that's gonna... Alright, no lands, so that did not help my opponent get to be able to cast an Ulamog Found at the Eye. But it did get rid of 2 of my paths, which is kind of problematic. Okay, let's Ghost Quarter this Eye. guess my opponent played an Oblivion Sower, which meant not being able to activate Eye of Ugin, which meant that my opponent doesn't have an Eldrazi now. That's good. I guess I should play this Stony Silence because I don't really need these Field Mistborder Posts for mana. And it turns off some of my opponent's draws. I don't want to attack because I'm not under any immediate pressure. And so I don't want to sacrifice my Sun Titans to get stuff back. That's off because of the Stony Silence. I don't really want any of this stuff back in my deck, so I'm not going to Mistveil Plains. That's a good draw. Let's just fire that off. Oh, it's double blue and I turned off my... Alright, never mind. That's not a thing yet. I guess I could sacrifice a Sun Titan to return a Spreading Seas on my own land. That's probably too bad. Yeah, especially since it wouldn't work. Because I don't have enough different lands to... I'd need to use 2 of my lands to activate Nykthos, and then I only have 1 other land. So, just wait and find another blue. This doesn't look good. Nope, that's not good at all. It's both Sun Titans. Well, now I wish I'd attacked with both Sun Titans and returned Ghost Quarter and Spreading Seas. I guess Magic Online didn't like those blocks. So now that my Sun Titans are gone, Nykthos isn't giving me much mana, so I'm not really anywhere near being able to Sphinx's Revelation, so I'm dead. Felt like there was a chance for a second there, but not quite. Definitely not a great matchup, but it didn't feel totally unworkable if things were built around it a little better. Though it's probably tricky. Definitely have to think about this Field Mistborder Post Stony Silence problem.